Hey guys, welcome back to what remains of Edith Finch. So just had what happened with the kid. I don't know if it's been this far or not. I'll know once I get through this bit. Oh yeah, I've been here.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
This is one of the weirder stories. Kind of daunting. Dawn and Gus.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet... A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
I don't know what's going on here.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Oh. You're a badass.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Jeez. Whoa.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Jesus.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Ay, ay, ay.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. I can't imagine what it was like for her to lose 2 sons after she'd already lost 2 brothers.
Jesus.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Gee.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings. Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush. I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Surely it's not much, huh?
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Ah, we'll go even higher upward.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
That's fair, I guess. Oops. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on. Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Huh.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Good.
He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh, I'm
I
doing
asked
this.
him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
This is
But he found
multitasking at its
something more.
best.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Yeah.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
Those
Built the city
Topia.
up slowly, brick by brick.
Nice.
Then he made musicians.
I like it. Oh, come on, you can't argue with this.
And songs for them to play.
This sounds joyful.
He talked
I'm just worried about
starting
my
a band,
arm.
And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery,
That's fine.
but his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him.
What?
All the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
What's wrong with that?
He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
That's fine. My head's in the clouds when I'm working.
Conquer a
Like I
city, then
can still do
immediately
it.
push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
I see no problem with this.
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In
And now
Lewisburg,
it's getting weird.
he heard rumors of a
This way.
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
Radiant rainbows.
radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her
Looks like I'm going for a silvery harp. Oh shit. Fish.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Okay.
Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Ah, so many fish. So this little
He
game
was
is
so
pretty cool.
proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Yeah. I did not see what's wrong
Someone
with
who'd
this.
never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
That's fine.
And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Yes. Princess
My
keeps running away from you
imagination
though.
is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Whoa.
He began to forget the world we know.
What?
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
You okay, Lewis? Lois.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would
Well.
be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
I like this guy's imagination. It's great.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
I don't like it all of a sudden. What?
Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oh, I see. Yikes. That went dark quickly.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
That went dark quickly and don't like that.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
What?
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.